Hi babies, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be all about the new Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. You guys, I have been dying to get my hands on this palette, and I know it's been overly hyped, but I personally think that it's worth it. It's a really gorgeous palette. It has a nice mix of peachy colors, some nudes, some purples, some browns, even a green. I know one YouTuber made videos saying that the color scheme of this palette reminded her of her grandmother's upholstery. I don't agree. It's not like you're gonna throw all these colors on your lid at once. You can definitely get a lot of use out of this palette, even though a lot of the tutorials that I've seen are a little basic and that they're all in the same shimmery, peachy, warm tone, smoky eye type of deal. So I wanted to do something a little bit different with the palette to show you guys you really can get a lot of different looks out of this one palette. I didn't use a single shadow outside of this. Everything that you need for this look is in this bad boy right here. It retails $49. I picked mine up from Ulta when it originally released online. So I'm gonna stop rambling and let's get into it. I know, I look crazy. I've already applied my foundation. I will list every single product that I use down in the description box, so make sure you check that out. I'm not going to go through my foundation process that much because I just did an updated foundation routine. But I wanted to show you guys the Tarte Creaseless Concealer and how amazing it is. It blends out beautifully and it's really thick and full coverage. I brightened that up a little bit with the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Creamy Beige.
Cause you're a bad boy and you know it.
I'm setting my contoured areas with the MAC All the Right Angles Contouring Kit in this shade Dark. Another heavily slept on product, but I did talk about it in my latest haul video. To prime my eyes today, I'm using MAC's Layin Low Paint Pot, and I'm just going to set that using the highlighting shade from that same highlighting and contouring kit. Going into the gorgeous Sweet Peach palette, I'm using the shade Candied Peach as a transition shade. I'm taking that on a really nice fluffy brush and blending that out into my upper crease. I'm starting out with a lighter hand and then slowly building the color up. This is going to help blend out my crease color with my highlighting shade that I'm going to apply later. On a more angled blending brush, I'm using the shade Summer Yum, and I'm holding my brush at a slight angle so that it sits directly into my crease. And like I did with the first shade, I'm going to slowly build this color up so that I can slowly start to add definition to my crease. I was kind of going for like a natural cut crease type of deal going on, so I didn't want the colors to be too harsh, and I wanted to make sure that everything blended really seamlessly. So I'm just going to keep going back and forth until it's as bold as I'd want it to be. That same brush, I'm going into the shade Delectable, and this is going to be the darkest color that I apply. So I'm holding my brush almost at a downward angle to make sure that it is very precise and directly sits into my crease. I'm slowly adding color back and forth because these shadows are extremely pigmented. So if you go in with a lot on your brush, you're not going to have that much control. I'm making sure everything is smooth by going in with a clean blending brush, and I'm just taking a little bit more of that Candied Peach shade to make sure that I didn't lose it in my crease. And I'm taking the shade Georgia, and this color isn't as light as it looks on camera. It's actually like a really pale pink, but because I am a darker complexion, it came out like more of a really light pale pink on me. So if you're a little bit lighter than me, it might come out a little bit darker, but I'm just packing that on the lid and then going back into that Delectable shade to make sure that my lines are really sharp. For eyeliner, I'm using the Maybelline 24-Hour Gel Cream Liner in the shade Blackest Black. And I've been loving this. Like, when it says 24 hours, it really meant it. I didn't have too much of high hopes for this because it was a drugstore product, but I really love the way that it came out. I'm using the Sigma, I can't remember the number, but it's their eyeliner brush, and I'm slowly building up the color and making sure that my wing is precise because I will be going on top of that with the NYX Vivid Bright liner in the shade Lilac, and I'm just tracing what I did with that black liner with the purple. This step is completely optional, it's definitely up to you, but I think the pop of color gives a really nice effect to the look. To define my waterline, I'm using ColourPop's Brink lip liner, and it's almost the same shade as that NYX liner. And to add definition to my lower lash line, I'm going back into that purple delectable shade. Mixing the shades Bellini and Luscious to highlight my brow bone and my inner corner. And I went back in with the blending brush just to make sure that I didn't have any harsh lines. I'm mixing two lip liners. The first is MAC's Prolongwear Lip Pencil in Bespoken For, and the second is ColourPop's Grind Lip Pencil. And on top of that, I'm going to be applying MAC's Peachstock Lipstick. As I've been converted into this gloss girl for some reason, I'm using Lorac's Mademoiselle lip gloss. And to highlight my cheekbones, I'm using the limited edition MAC highlighter in the shade Oh Darling. If you don't have this, you can use something similar. Ahead and blended my edges and popped on some lashes off camera, and for blush I'm using ColourPop's Rain blush. And that's it for the finished look. If you guys like this tutorial, don't forget to thumbs it up and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and as always, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video.